projects. The workflow has been a game changer for me, and I'm thrilled to pass on what I've learned. So whether it's juggling multiple projects, battling distractions, or simply looking for a more efficient way to design, you're in the right place. Let's dive into my step-by-step approach and get those creative juices flowing. Good afternoon, it's Holly Miller with Country Road Crafts, and today what I'm going to do is share some door hangers that I've been working on. And if you give me a second, I'm going to flip around the screen so you guys can see what I'm going over here, and I'll show you some ones that I did last week, and then I'll show you the one I'm going to work on today. All right, hang on one second. Let's flip it around. All right, that's what I'm going to do today. But this is one I did earlier. And then I did this one on a live Saturday. So just to let you guys see what's going on. Okay, and I know it's backwards. I have to figure out how to flip my screen. So, and I'm going to do this one today, and I'm going to decoupage. So first thing is I'm going to take all of this off. Hopefully we can put it back together. And then I am going to first stain this bottom piece here. I'm going to stain it some what is it called? The color is, I can't remember the color. It's brown. See, it's Fusion Cappuccino. There we go. I can't read it. Can't see it. Hang on one second. Let's pop that open. Let's start painting that on. Okay, so I'm going to pop this lid here. And it is a stain, so it's going to be a little different than paint. No, I'm looking for stir sticks. I'm not prepared today, which normally I'm prepared, but today I am not. Paintbrush, this will work. Okay, so I'm going to start with this here. We'll stir it up because it's a little thick and I haven't used it in a while. I'm going to wipe it off into this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these little gloves on because I'm going to get stain all over me like I always do. So I'm just going to put some gloves on just because I don't want to stain my nails. Thank you guys for joining me today. Sorry I was a few minutes late. Was not prepared. It's been a crazy couple of days for me. There we go. And the reason I put the gloves on is just because I don't want to get stain all over my nails. Normally I wouldn't even worry about it, but yeah, nah, it's my nails. So what I'm going to do is take some of this Cappuccino Fusion. It's FSO, and it's really dark, so I'm going to put it on and I'm going to wipe it back. So put some of this on. You guys can see it, and it smells. This here has a little bit of smell to it because it's stained. It's not. This is the oil base. So just to warn you guys, if you can't smell it, I can smell it. If I start coughing, you know why. And it's well ventilated, just that I've got bronchitis still. One of these days. But I want to do this, so I'm going to do it. Hopefully I can get through this whole thing in an hour. So if you guys are local, I have some things coming up this weekend. I've got 2 paint parties. I've got one at Splat and Rage, and I've got one at Onslow County Parks and Recs, and those are both online. If you're interested in either of those and you're local, let me know. Drop me a message in the comments, and I will send you out a link if you're local to Jacksonville, North Carolina. If you're not, stay tuned. I'm going to try to get them online sooner than later. So I've been trying to get some painting done. Next month, I may do like small craft projects at the foundry for my, instead of a paint party. I may actually do like I'm thinking birdhouses or a little tool caddy or something like that. So I'm still thinking on it. And I'm putting this on kind of thick. I'm going to wipe it back so it'll set for a minute, and then I'll wipe it back and leave a little stain on there because I want it to be a little dark. Our 6 o'clock came up really fast today for whatever reason. Don't know why. They really fast. So I'm going to take my little sponge and I'm going to wipe this back. And if you are chatting with me, I don't see anything. I'll come back at the end and I will answer questions. I do apologize. I'm not sure what's going on. Last time I seen them and the time before I didn't. So if you want to chat, I will try to chat, but I don't know if it's coming through. Look at that stain. I love this color. It's called Cappuccino. It's FSO or stain finishing oil from Fusion. And it is an oil-based stain. It gives it like a nice brown look. I like this look. Saturday I used the driftwood to get the gray look. So today I used the cappuccino to get the brown look. All right, that's this one. So I'm going to put it to the side and let it dry. Okay. 1 second. Let's put that up to the side so that can be drying while I'm finishing up the project. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend last weekend. Happy Father's Day if I haven't seen you since. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to decoupage this piece here. You guys see what I'm doing? Okay. I want to try to decoupage this. I did it the other day. So this piece here should be enough to cover it. So, yep, absolutely. So I'm going to take that, move all this stuff out of the way for a second so I can get to this. Okay, so all right, so what I'm going to do is take my decoupage medium, which I am using Tough Coat by Fusion Mattes because I don't like the shiny. Okay, hopefully you guys can, or if you're putting anything up there, I can't see it. I'm looking, I don't see it. So if you're not talking, okay, I'll talk to myself. That's okay. And today in Eastern North Carolina, it is 82 degrees and it is sunny and beautiful today. Just a second. There's a little breeze going on out there. Okay, so I am just going to put some of this medium halfway. I found if I put too much too fast, it will dry on me. And then I have places where it raises on me. So I don't want that to happen. So I am just going to do about a quarter of this. Oops. A quarter of it. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And if you have questions on why I'm doing something, just go ahead and ask. Oh, good. Because sometimes I forget steps to tell you guys that I didn't do it. So I'm going to sit up on the end here. I'm going to smooth it out as much as I can. And then I'm going to take my spritzer. This is just water. This is just water. I'm going to spritz a little water on it to help lay it down and get it flat on this surface. Right? Just to lay it down. Right? It just makes it lay down a little easier and takes out some of the bubbles. But just be careful. If you wet it too much, it'll start to rip. If you're going to do that, just be careful and not to over wet it because it will start to rip on you. I like to do it because it lays it down nice and smooth. Right? So last weekend I was part of a summer, a collaborative for summer crafts. So I did that with Miss Jennifer. And then coming up, I'll be in another collaborative with Miss Amanda, because we are putting together some fall decor courses. So that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks. July-ish, maybe mid-July. I have to look at my dates again. I can't remember the dates coming up. But these little door hangers, I bought them for my consignment shop, and I have a handful of them in the consignment shop that are unfinished. So if you're local again, or if you're not local, I can ship them. Get your own door hanger and paint it the way you would like. If you were on with me on Saturday, or if you go back through my YouTube channel and see the one from Saturday, I only have one of those left. So I have the one I completed, and there's only one more that is uncompleted of that one. It says Welcome Summer. This one just says Home. Or Home Sweet Home, maybe. Yeah, maybe Home Sweet Home. Maybe. I forgot. So I'll lay this down. Make sure I get enough stuff on it. Gonna keep painting it through, or applying it through. If you're watching on a replay and you have questions, just type them in there. I'll come back. I try to keep eye on my comments afterwards, or you can just PM me directly. I will answer comments that way too. If you're on YouTube, just put it in the section there, and I'll check that too. So, and then I have some new things coming out. I got some more training. See, look, I ripped that right there because I overwet that. That's okay. I can fix that. Right. Get this edge here. There we go. Okay, so this is I'm gonna put some on the top and then just let this dry. This may not be done by the time we're done, so I may not be able to finish it. But if I don't finish it on the air, I will video finishing it and I will put it up. Right, and it may just be one of the quick videos to go through, but I will show you guys how I finish it. if I don't do this on there, but I don't think it's going to be dry because it's humid the day here too. So watching paint dry at the Eastern North Carolina at the beach, it ain't happening today. Just saying. Okay. So there's this piece, and you guys can see the stuff underneath it. So I'm going to set this to the side and let this one here dry now. Right. And then I'm going to paint the little bee. I am going to paint this little bee. First, I'm going to paint him yellow. Actually, I think first what I'm going to do is paint him white. Let's see. White. Where is my little tray I just had? Oh, there it is. There's a tray. So I'm going to paint him white first because the yellow's so thin. I'm going to give him a little texture in here. Oops, sorry. I'm going to paint the whole thing white first. Then I'll come back and put the details in the sections here. And I know I have some bee, I had some bee decoupage tissue, but I cannot find it. So I'm going to paint him. But what I was wanting to do was decoupage him and add some metallic. So I'm going to paint him and then add the metallics. So you guys can see how I'm doing that. Right? You guys are quiet, or it's just not coming through. Okay, so that's the white. And then I'm going to come back with some yellow. Mix some yellow in there. Because the yellow is so thin, you have to give it something to stick to. Right? There we go. And I will add more layers as we go. Right? So I'm adding this really, really light yellow layer here. Then I'm going to come back and add a little bit darker yellow. Then I'm going to paint in his little wings. Hey! En route to the UK. Well, be safe. Be safe. And I'm thankful that I'm in your prayers. My mom is sick, so yeah. I do appreciate prayers. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit darker yellow, just blend in the colors in this. So I'm just going to touch up the edges with the yellow. maybe if it sticks, it's not drying because it's humid here. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the humidity at the coast, but if it's humid, the paint does not dry. It's like 10 times longer for it to dry than on non-humid days. Let's see. I want to see the humidity here. Watch it be like 2 or something. It's never that low. I'm looking. It ain't gonna tell me. That shows me the weather. Okay, it ain't gonna show me. Nope, ain't gonna show me. So, I'm sorry guys. I was gonna show you guys the humidity level, but it's really high because this is not dry yet. And I just got a little thin coat on it, so it's not like it's gobbledygook. I'm just dabbing a little bit around the edge here, give it some color. I'm gonna have to pull out a hair dryer. I'm gonna wash off my brush. Give me 1 second. There might be a little bit. Get a little brush. Got a little brush right here. I'm gonna try this yellow and see if this is gonna get a little in here. I'm gonna try to paint inside these little, just paint little stripes inside these little lines here in this little bee. The bigger stuff I'll put black. And then I'm gonna blend it real quick. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Okay, it is showing up. Okay, just gonna blend some of these little lines out. Highlight them a little bit. I don't know if I'm following all the lines or not, but in my brain I am, so it's all good. So just trying to paint these little lines here. You guys get to do because I'm quiet. Just paint. I'm gonna add stuff to it, so this is just gonna be life for now. Okay, you guys can see what I'm doing. I only have one person watching. Okay, cool. So I'm just painting these little designs that are on here. Then I'm gonna come back and outline them with black to give it some color, and then make it stand out a little bit. So I was going to decoupage him, but I could not find the decoupage paper that has the bee on it. So I was going to cut it out and then put it over top of him and then highlight that. But I could not find the one with the bee on it. The paper I just used was called Industrial Masterboard, I believe. It was like a piece of it. So, what I'm doing today, doing a little door hanger. But I gotta paint this little bee because I couldn't find my. When I'm done, when the other piece dries, which I don't think it's gonna dry because it's very humid today, but when it dries, I will be taking it and sanding off the edges with a sanding block. And I might, if it's not dry until later, I might take it and take it outside and put a lighter to the edge because if you put a lighter to it and be safe and have a little fire extinguisher nearby. But if you put fire to the open holes in the paper, if it's dry, it will clean out the paper around the holes, which I like that rather than staying in a whole mess anyway. So I might have Frank help me with that. I have a hard time with the new style lighters, holding it and blinking it. Hard time with that. So that'll be later though, because I don't think this is going to dry before an hour. Taking forever right now. I don't even have a thick coat on this one. So I'm just filling in these little squares, lines with the yellow. It's not just one flat color. I think that's almost right there. Okay, so you guys can see all the yellow I have in there. Rinse out my brush and pull up some black. I'm gonna get some orange after I get all this in there. Let me put black in there first, and then I'll mix in some orange. I might take brown instead of orange. I might go in and make it black. I'm just gonna put dots all in it so it looks, it's not 100% colored in. I'm just basically putting little dots all in it. I want to cover up everything. Just put little dots. You guys can see that? And I'm going to try to do little hairs on the legs. Little. Try. You guys can see that? That's that. Give him a little color on the edges here so he's not just get little hairs on his head. Right. Okay. Grab some dots for the feet. These little legs. Do the same thing on the other side. So add some dots in here that are thinning because it just blobs more like than dots, but they're little. It's like dry. The paint is almost dry on my brush, so I'm just tapping it around and giving it some color in the cracks. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Trying not to move around too much of that yellow, but it's not dry. I'm just gonna put some dots and I'm gonna blend it in a little. Get a bigger brush. I want to do another day with a feather brush. No, this. I am going to take this brush. It's dry. I'm just going to sweep it. Just going to sweep it across the wet paint. It kind of just adds a little bit of color. Oh, sorry, I'm wiggling. I'm wiggling. Try not to do that. Right? I'm gonna do a little bit to the other side so I can have it sort of similar. And then I'll do it again with the brown. Just dot, 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 dot. Because it's wet and I want it to be blended a little bit. I don't want it to be one solid color. Right? Just trying to dot in there. Dot a little color. Right? And I'm going to sweep it. Sweep it the same like this, like I did the other one just now. And get some brown. Dab a little brown in that. Let it come out. Brown. I might actually spray a little water on it. Let's see what that does. I'm just going to spritz some water on. I make it really mushy. I'm not sure if that's what I wanted. I don't think that's what I wanted. Okay, I'll go back to the yellow. I need. Well, maybe it. Okay, I'll let that be. I'm gonna try. I'll add more texture to my oil. Okay, so I have a thick room here, and I'm going to paint him. I'm going to do this in yellow, like the bright, bright, bright yellow we just had. Or I'm going to do this in that color yellow. The whole thing. Let's see what I can do here. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm going to try. I'll put down the white. I'll come back with the yellow. I am making a door sign, Yolanda. Or I'm sorry, Yvonne. I'm sorry. Can't read that far away. Yvonne. So I'm making a home sweet home door sign. And I'm just piecing it together. It's kind of like a puzzle. And I did decoupage on the beehive part in the very beginning. But I'm trying to paint the rest of it. But my paint is not drying very well because in eastern North Carolina, it's very humid today. It's beautiful, but it's humid. And having issues. Just saying. So that's what I'm painting today. Just a door hanger that says Home Sweet Home with a little bee on it. And I did decoupage on a little beehive to make it stand out a little bit. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Appreciate the company. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I have to look over at the other computer because I didn't get the other one turned on in time. So it's hard for me to see across the way for it. So I appreciate that. If I don't get it done before in 15 minutes, which I don't know if I am, I might be. I will definitely post pictures of the finished product. But that's that part. Move it over to the side. Paint this. It's just a door hanger. Cute little door hanger. And I have a handful of them in my I have a in-person shop. So I bought some unfinished ones. And I'm just going to do one to show everybody what they look like. And then if you or someone here wants to get them and do them themselves, they can put their own spin on it. I have a few little signs like that. I have one that says welcome or hello summer. Cute. And this one in white, I think. Actually, it's going to be a little olive. I mean, not olive, shoot. Vanilla is what it is. Not quite white. Here, what's this fish here? I did a door sign on Saturday on YouTube. It says welcome, or I'm sorry, keep saying welcome. Hello, summer. It has little flippy floppies on it. It's so adorable. I only have one of those left in the shop. If you want to go see that, it's at a live I did Saturday in YouTube. You can go to YouTube and look it up. It was a summertime event that was last Saturday, the 15th. Oh, I made them. I made them. So if yes, the whole thing is wooden, and I made it all together. So yeah, one big piece. Like I said, I have probably two more of these signs. Have them in the shop for $24.95. Unfinished. You finish your own, and it comes with the circle, the little bee, the beehive at the bottom, and the letters. It all comes together for $24 plus shipping. Um, and you guys finish it yourself. It's unfinished. I'm just doing this one. So if you're interested, got my phone. If you're interested, let me know in the comments, and I will send you an invoice and get this out to you. I have two or three more in the shop, but I only have one of the Home Sweet Home. I'm sorry, I only have one of the shop link, please. CountryRoadCraftsNC.com. But if you give me a second after we're done here, I will get it in there, and you guys can and I'll send you the link once I get it in there. Yeah, I'll get you. So okay, so that's that. This piece is still not dry. So give me 1 second, bring it over. But the one on decoupage, I'll have to sand it afterwards, and I'm going to show you guys what the whole thing looks like. So here's all the pieces to it, like a little puzzle. So all of it's separate wood. These little pieces are all separate. This goes up here at the top, my little bee. And this is the round thing. I have to sand it, but it's still very, very wet. I can't get it off yet because it's still wet. It would go down here, but it's the little beehive. Hang on, let me show you. It's a little beehive. See, and I put decoupage paper on it so I can sand that off. And then it'll say home here. And I will glue it on, and I'll be using Tight Bond Quick and Thick. You could use just plain like a glue gun, but in Eastern North Carolina it gets too hot and it melts off your door. So I don't recommend that. Have it on backwards. It all fits up in the crack here. You guys see how that works? And I would glue it all in the spot. Just see how that works. And once I glue it all down, and then get this all finished, glue it all down, and that's a door hanger, right? That's what you got. And then I'll put some string through here. I'll get a good picture of it once we're done here. But it all comes together in one piece, not the decoupage. You'll have to paint it. And I stained the back piece here in the beginning with Fusion stain and finishing oil. And I used cappuccino for the brown. Okay. All right, guys. I will glue it all up, and I'll get you guys some pictures, and I'll finish this piece out. But it's super wet still. The bottom piece here, this piece is still super wet. But when it's done, it's going to have little beehive, little things in it. So it'll have a little beehive thingy on it, and then it'll be the dark color. Really. So, okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. And Yvonne, I will get that link over to you if you give me a few minutes. And if anybody else is interested in a plain one, let me know, and I'll get that over to you guys. Um, I'm also going to put in the comments my email link so you guys can follow me on email so you can get on my VIP listing. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Have a great day.